Okay, so again, I'm Venus of Savagely Curvy Connect. This is Reesie. She is an influencer and has a YouTube channel. Links will be in the description to any links or any websites. I can't use all my words. Will be down below. Okay, so the first question is, what does body positivity mean to you?
Wow, that can go in so many different directions. More so for me, I think it's about self-acceptance. I came from a very, I guess you could say a dark time in my life where my kid's father was abusive, and before him, I was always drawn to just dating men because I was either unaccepting of my body, who I am, didn't know much of, loving myself. So after going through something so dark, I took that time to not date and solely focus on myself. And now that I've grown to love myself, to me, that's what body positive is. I don't think it's just accepting yourself from the outside, but accepting yourself on the inside, knowing who you are, what you want in life, and everything else just comes after that. So that's what I'm strong on.
The next question. In your YouTube video, Why I Quit YouTube, you say the worst thing you can do is not try. Can you expand on that?
The worst thing you could do is not try because, well, as we were watching in the panel right now,
wait, just so you know, we're at the Body Positivity panel in New York.
Yes, for Bold Magazine.
For Bold Magazine. Links, again, will be down below, so go ahead.
All right, so, wait, repeat that question one more time. I'm sorry.
In your YouTube video, Why I Quit YouTube, you say the worst thing you can do is not try. Can you expand on that?
Okay, so if you don't try to do anything, there is just so much time that is lost. I'm someone, and I will proudly admit now that fear is the one thing that stands in my way from doing the things that I want to do. Yeah, a lot of it is fear of rejection, fear of not making it. And it's easier to accept and say, oh, well, it's never going to happen, or it's easier to not try than to actually put in effort. And again, tying back into the last question, sometimes you got to wiggle out of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable.
Just take the leap of faith.
You got to be uncomfortable in order to get comfortable. So even if you cringe, even if it's a lot of work, trust me, the outcome is so much greater, and you're going to start to feel better and become second nature. So you have to try. You have to.
Cool. So you mentioned also in the same video, you mentioned the images that are put out today, you feel like you have to be a baddie. Can you also expand on that? And also, what are your thoughts on people who filter their Instagram video or photos, and some beauty influencers will mock up or clean up their videos to make it look better? What do you think of those where they're, I guess, enhancing the photos or the videos?
So I guess as today is growing in the generation, and day by day, you notice the term baddie is now being geared towards women that have slim, thick bodies or tiny waist, big butt. And I'm someone that gets often called a baddie, or they say, I got a comment the other day saying, if you lost a lot of weight, you'd be one of the baddest women in Chicago. I'm like, so if I lost weight,
there's no other way it could be.
There's no other way. And it seems like now that, even just alone with, general dating apps and stuff, you swipe based off of looks now. And I feel like it's all wrapped around what's based on Instagram, for sure. Looks come first now, personality comes last. And no, you're fine. It's sad, but it's true. I don't define myself as a baddie. I wear what I like, dress how I like. And
she's currently wearing a leather mini skirt or a leather dress with like this slip up to her probably up to the top of her thigh, which I think is awesome.
So I wear what I like, and I don't want to be considered a baddie. I think titles are stupid, and I don't think that I should have to be labeled anything. Why can't I just get a compliment and say, your outfit is nice, or you're beautiful. Yeah, I don't want to have to be considered a baddie. And then again, with just filtering on Instagram, that's something else, because now you have not even just photoshopping images, but you have Snapchat. And I notice now that people can't be themselves without turning on a filter.
Yeah.
They feel more accepted, they feel more prettier when everything is filtered. And how can you stand in the mirror and look at yourself every day and tell yourself you love yourself if you can't take a proper image in front of your own face and accept
and
it?
be who you are.
Definitely.
Okay, that was cool. So you have over 6,000 subscribers on YouTube as of right now. Can you talk about the process of getting your first 100 subscribers, and how long did it take?
Oh boy. You know what? When I first started YouTube, as I was telling her earlier, it wasn't so congested as it is now. Social media is becoming so congested. Everyone's kind of like now competing to get to the top, and everyone's kind of just piling on top of each other, doing the same thing, and it becomes repetitive. But in that time that I was doing it, I kind of was watching everybody else and being like, oh, I want to be like them, or I want to grow like them. So when I stopped trying to, I guess, mock what everybody else was doing and just learned how to be myself behind the camera, is when it really started to grow. It took some time, but once I found my niche and what started to get me views, that's what my focus was, and I continued doing those types of videos, and that's when it just kind of just skyrocketed from there. And knowing your algorithm.
Yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Don't be, and I never edit. Like, I don't take out my flaws.
So this might be a duplicate of what you just said, but I'm still going to ask in case there's anything you want to add or not.
Okay.
What are some tips for YouTubers starting out? Does it make a difference if you're a plus size YouTuber?
No, I really don't. I think plus size is obviously growing a lot more today. I think it's becoming more accepted, and people have no choice but to accept it because we're here and we're here to stay.
We're not going anywhere. We're not leaving.
We're not going anywhere.
Not.
And I mean, really, truly just being yourself and, being dedicated, and don't filter yourself, kind of just show who you are. If you think you made an error in your video because your personality kicked in and you think people may not like it, don't edit it out. Let them see who you are, how you blossom. I was telling her too that, my personality is kind of like a lot of people see this glamorous image on the outside, but I'm kind of like a dude behind closed doors. I have a lot of guy friends, so it is what it is. Just be yourself.